It's still funny weird, but I don't know.
Is there a moment that you were particularly looking forward to when you read the script, when you knew that you were going to be working with David on this, that you were anxious to film?
Yeah, there's a moment on, like right before the big battle happens, Jacob gets emotional and crazy and he's going to go try and hurt himself. He's going to go fight, and she's like, she gets to a point where the only way to save him is to kiss him, and what surprises her is that she's not only able to do it, she can clearly see that he offers a really desirable path that before because she was so obsessed with Edward, she just had to be like, oh no, nothing else, like, you know, she had no perspective. And so it's a moment, like, if she's ever reeled, it's that moment. And then 2 seconds after, she has to go talk to Edward about it, and it's like he's heard everything. And so it's a little bit more, it's just not as fantasy. It's like a little bit more real. It's like, yeah, these are real people dealing with real problems. They're not just vampires and wolves.
Third different director in the Twilight saga so far. What was the experience working like with David? I know Chris was a favorite of yours, but was David equally rewarding in its own way?
Yeah, I mean, David he's really interesting to watch technically because he's obsessed with his camera. He loves it, and you know, it's a comforting thing to know that things are being shot well. Like if you have to say like, yo, you're not like, the story's not being told, it's like really, really scary, because then you're not focusing on, you should be able to just look at your own thing, and you know, we could rely on him on that level. He knows the story, and he also gave us room to like do our thing, because he realizes that, you know, like the three of us have a pretty established dynamic and you can't go changing it. And also it's cool to introduce your character to a new director, like sort of through yourself, because it provides like a lot of like reconsideration, where you might, if you worked with the same person, you might just be like, yeah, we've thought about that already. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like, no, think about it again, because I've got some different ideas about it.
And new ideas can come to the table that way, right?
Yeah.
I know you're really excited for On the Road. What's and this has been in the works for a while. Do you feel prepared for this? Are you nervous, excited? What are your emotions about On the Road?
I'm really nervous, like honestly and genuinely really nervous about it, but like not in a bad way. People think nerves are a bad thing. I love them. Like they get you ready to do something big. I don't know. I'm stoked. There's like going to be a 4-week like beatnik boot camp in Montreal. That's going to be amazing, because I haven't read everything those guys read. I haven't got, you know what I mean? Like there's a huge like education process that's going to take place with the whole cast, and it's a small movie, so to have that much time is just awesome.
Breaking Dawn is going to be 2 films. We all thought that was going to be, but how does that sit with you? Are you excited that it's going to be 2 more?
Yeah, I'm really excited, because I didn't want to read the script that was just 1. It would have lacked so much, just because you couldn't cram the story into 1, or at least that was my opinion. So I'm really excited.
What are you most excited to play in these next 2 films?
A wife and a mother. Like, she's a woman now. It's just it blows my mind. Like it's going to be a completely different person to play. She's like the matriarch now. I mean, she's the strongest vampire. She literally can protect everyone. She's like impenetrable. I'm most excited about seeing like Renesmee. Should be interesting. All that stuff.
In this particular story, in this arc for Bella, in this one, did you relate to sort of the choices she was making? Were you relating it at all to choices you've made in your own life, experiences in your own life?
Yeah, I mean, like, you can't, you are who you are, and everything that I've been through definitely informs the way I feel about, like, everything I play, because, you can't claim to be like a different person just because you're playing Bella, whatever. So like, I try not to be specific about it though, because it gets muddled. Like you're not playing yourself, and so if you start putting your personal details in, it confuses things.
Right.
But you definitely are generally inspired. I mean, like if you can relate to something, I mean, I can't think of a specific one, but I know what it feels like to be unsure. I know what it feels like to be ashamed and, you know, having like made mistakes and wanting to be like, hey, it's totally okay for me to have made that mistake. So I get that, but not specifically.
You know, your fans and our fans at MTV follow your style a lot. And do you feel, you know, it seems to me that you're kind of like a casual person, right? Like t-shirts and jeans kind of generally. Do you feel pressure when you kind of have to dress up, do the dress and the whole like Oscar kind of outfit?
Right, totally. Because I'm not that into it, I feel more pressure. Literally days go into sitting around and trying on dresses. It's just hilarious that like my life has turned into that. But it's kind of fun sometimes actually, and it's not that I feel like a pressure, like I get nervous about it, like, oh no, I wonder if people are going to like it. But like, I don't have fun unless I feel good, and you can see it if I don't feel good. Right. So I have to make sure I like what I'm wearing, or else everyone's going to think that I'm a bitch.